Hey YouTube, I'm just out on another camping trip, so I brought my camera along, thought I'd do some more filming, and I almost didn't come because I've been feeling really rough all week. I had a really bad cold, been laid up in bed most of the time, but I'm feeling quite a bit better now, and I was bored at home, and the weather's been pretty nice too, so I want to take advantage of it while it lasts. So even though I'm a bit lethargic, I still thought I'd come out, maybe the fresh air would do me some good. Now, something I've had quite a few questions about is this little table that I like to bring out with me. Now I can't really give you all that much information on it because I got it as a present and I don't really know the brand make or anything. There's nothing written on it saying even where it was made, let alone what company. But I'll give you a few details about it anyway. It's 9.5 inches across and down, and basically it's just a bit of plastic with some clips on the bottom with these metal poles in that you pull off of there. You slide the two metal poles together, and then at the end of one there's a little kind of pike there to go into the ground. Put the other end in the table top there, fits pretty tightly into it, and then you just pierce it into the ground a good halfway up that first metal pole, and it holds quite sturdily. Now the ground's a bit soft here, so I've had to knock it in a bit further than I normally would. It's down to almost halfway along, but the only real rock I'm getting from it is where the two metal poles connect. Now normally it's not too bad. I guess it just depends really. Don't know if I just haven't connected that, that push that down into the other pole as far as it'll go, but it's still sturdy enough. I mean, you can't lean on it obviously, but it's sturdy enough to just put your dish on and your mug on like that, especially because of the grip. The tabletop itself is a kind of foamy, rubbery material, so there's a lot of grip with that. So see if I push that there, it doesn't slide along it. So it's good for just putting a mug and a bowl on. You can easily fit a mug and a bowl on there, as you can see. So it's useful for me at least anyway. Now I've tried searching using different terms and words that might be associated with this kind of table in search engines online, and I can find nothing. I can't find any brand make, I can't find pictures of it, any for sale, nothing. So really this is the only information I can give you, and I guess it's pot luck if you do happen to stumble upon one day. But I think it does complement the little folder stool quite well. They make quite a nice combination. Now anyone who's watched some of my other camping videos will know that I always connect a personal alarm to my bike, so that if anyone tries to steal it in the night, it'll alert me. But this time I've also bought a reel of fishing line with me that I got out of Poundland, so obviously it was only £1, just cheap old stuff. But I've connected that to the alarm on the bike, and hopefully, doesn't feel sharp on camera because it's quite fine, but it's basically going around the perimeter of my campsite. Around the back of those trees. You can just about see it going across there. I think it's a bit too high there, I need to put it down a bit. Around behind the tent. All the way back around along here. Now I've got it connected in there, so I'm now going to test it out and see if it works. Well, it definitely worked. Almost worked a bit too well. If there's anyone about, they're bound to have heard that, probably given away my position. But at least I know it works now anyway. Have a look at the forestry around where I'm camping. Tent. Just a quick view of my campsite from outside the tripwire perimeter. You can't even see the tripwire on there. Just about to see it there now. I think it was last weekend, the RSPB did this kind of wild camp out thing. It was basically a promotional thing to try and get more kids interested in wildlife and nature. But they had these packs you could send away for free, just with, basically it was sort of a little pamphlets of activities to do with the kids and stuff. But two of the things you also got with it were a pack of instant hot chocolate to take out camping with you, which is handy, and also this page of red film on kind of sticky back plastic that you can draw shapes on, cut out and peel off and put on the front of torches to make them kind of give them a red filter, because that makes you less visible to animals and other people, and it also doesn't interfere with your night vision so much when your eyes are adjusted to the dark. So there are two really handy things in that pack, and I think they're going to start doing it every year, so it might be a good idea to keep an eye out for that next year, if only for the hot chocolate and the red filter stuff. I've put one bit already on this spare headlamp I've got. It's just a cheap one I got, so I thought I might as well put a bit of film on there permanently. But I thought that was quite handy. Just made a small wood pile there if I do decide to have a fire later on. It's been pretty mild the last couple of nights though, so I'm not sure if I really need one. It might be nice just to make one for the sake of it though, just for a bit of light after dark. I just thought I'd show you the basic tools that I bring out with me when I go camping. First off, just a simple axe. I don't do anything too hardcore with it, so that one's enough for me. So it's got a hammer on the back end, which is handy for knocking tent pegs into the ground. Then I've got just a little folding trowel there, just for digging poop holes and whatnot, clearing the ground under where I put the tent down. It clips in there pretty securely. My Mora knife, Mora companion, just got there. A small folding backup, the Tool Logic knife, which also has a fire steel and a whistle on it. And lastly, a little Cree Ultrafire flashlight. Also I have obviously first aid kits and stuff like that, but that's all part of my bike kit anyway, so it's not extra that I add when I come out, and I've already shown that in a previous video, so I just thought I'd show the extra tools I bring along. And here's the basic kind of cookware, kitchenware, whatever you'd want to call it, that I bring out with me. Now obviously a spork to eat with, my Swiss Army canteen system, which is a cup and a bottle of water. I'll also bring a few more bottles of water than that as well, but that's I can use for cooking. My Campart saucepan with bowl that came in that set as well, which has just a handy fold up handle. A kettle, which I don't really need because I can boil the water in either the saucepan or the canteen cup, but it just seems to boil quicker in the kettle, and also I don't have to worry about burning my hands when I pick up the handle, because it's got a plastic handle rather than with a canteen. You have to wear gloves obviously. The only thing I don't like about this kettle though is that the handle gets in the way a bit when you're packing it away. It'd be good if the handle either detached or folded down at least, so it didn't stick up so much in the pack, but otherwise I do really like this kettle. And then a little mug, which once again I could drink out of the canteen cup if I wanted to, but I just find this more comfortable to drink out of. Also I like that it's got a lid, which would have come in handy the last time I was out, because I got a slug in there eating away at the coffee residue I left out overnight, so I couldn't use the mug in the morning. It's starting to get dark now, but this time I remembered to bring this little camera light with me, so hopefully I can do a bit of filming after dark more than I normally can. So this is only a cheap £1 little folding trowel out of Poundland, but you can see it really is useful. I mean, to just scrape away some dirt there to give yourself a bit of clear ground to use your stove on, or build a fire or whatever. It makes the job 10 times easier. Digs quite well too, because it's got quite a sharp edge to it, so Definitely something that I'd recommend bringing out with you, because it hardly takes up any room, honestly. This camera light's actually really handy. Just there's a regular light out here. I'm now going to make myself a hot chocolate before bed. A Hexie stove. Another nice thing I like about that kettle is that it just pours well too. It pours better than trying to pour water out of the saucepan. Another thing about this light is you can adjust the brightness on it, as you can see there. Water's just boiled, so try this out. Probably don't even need a whole sachet full. Maybe I'll get 2 drinks worth out of here. There's quite a bit left in there, I'll save that. Always add more to it. There we go. Didn't take more than a minute or 2 to boil up that. Remember the lid this time. No slugs are getting in there this time. Also helps keep the drink warm for longer as well. That's something I've done here for the Hexie stove. I don't know if you can really tell from the angle of the camera, but I've dug a little hole out for it to put it in the ground a bit. Now there's still space for oxygen to get in there to help feed the flame, but it's just a bit more protected from wind if you get any, and also it stops the heat from escaping from the sides a bit more, so more of the heat goes up into whatever it is you're cooking or boiling, and it will cook quicker and more efficiently and use up less fuel. Got a little campfire going now. Nothing too big. It probably looks bigger on camera than it actually is. It's warming me up nicely. Give me a bit of light now that it's gotten dark out here. Now another thing I brought out with me to play around with is my night vision monocular, which I'm going to have a go on later. It's quite fun to play around with. The only problem is I don't think I can really demonstrate it on camera to you. I shall attempt to put the end of the monocular up against the camera lens and see if it picks anything up, but I think it's just going to be black. I don't think it's going to work, but I'll give it a shot, because it'd be nice if I could just give you a little view with the night vision. One thing I love using the night vision, it's fun, but I always think it'd be so creepy if I was scanning the tree line and all of a sudden just a humanoid figure kind of ran across in front. Shit me up to hell. Well, as you can probably tell, the camera isn't picking up the night vision at all. It's just barely picking it up if I put the infrared on. It's just picking up a little light, but yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't think it would pick anything up, but I thought I might as well try it. But with the night vision, it has regular night vision, and then there's a infrared light you can put on, which makes the night vision a lot brighter. You see a lot more with that on, but obviously it then does make you slightly visible because there's the infrared light coming out of it. But it's only a small infrared, so it's not too much of a giveaway. In the tent now. It's getting quite late. It's about midnight, I think. Now the warmth of the fire's gone away. It's getting a bit cooler outside. Not too cold, but just a little bit cooler. But in here it's really warm. It's lovely and warm in here, so it should be quite a good night, really. As usual, I've got a Tupperware bowl full of cereal with me. I've got just a few of the other essentials in it with me, just some toilet paper and water to get me through the night, and a torch and phone if I need them. God, that light's bright. So anyway, I'm going to try and get some sleep now. I'm not even that tired, to be honest, but it's gone midnight, so might as well try and get some kip. So see you in the morning. Morning, guys. About 10:30 now, so I suppose we better get up. A great night's sleep. actually feel better now than I did before. I mean, you know, as I said yesterday, I almost didn't come out because I've been feeling a bit ill all week, but my sore throat's completely gone now, and you know, I'm feeling a lot better. So it really did me good, I think, the fresh air maybe, but yeah, I feel almost back to normal now. So yeah, lovely night's sleep. It's a lovely peaceful bit of forestry. I think I prefer it here than my other spot. So yeah, I think this might become my most regular camp area now. Some breakfast on the go at the minute. Get that down, because I'm quite hungry now. Some ravioli as usual, quick and easy. Now, the bottom of my kettle here has got really stained from just using it on the Hexi stove. So what I've done is I dripped a bit of water on it, and then I gathered up a load of moss off of one of the trees here. There's not all that much moss about, but I managed to find a handful, and you can basically use that as a scouring pad, and it's got all the stickiness off. I mean, there's still some staining on there, but it was mainly this sticky residue I wanted to get off before putting it in my pack. The rest of it I can easily wash off when I get home, but just a little tip if you're out here, you know, nature provides for you. Something else I brought out with me today is this portable phone charger. Now, as well as being able, you can charge this off the mains, and it will hold a charge that you can then use on your phone. As you can see there, it's charging. Or you can use it for solar power. See the panel there? Once again, to charge up your phone as it is there, or to charge a laptop or whatever. There's the various different adapters that came with this that go on the end there, so you can put it into a laptop or, you know, whatever equipment you've got that needs recharging, basically. Well, there's where my campsite was. Not really any trace. I've been here, just a few scuff marks in the ground. Fire pit's all filled in, no trace of that. So off I go. You can see there's quite a few blackberries growing here. And this is right next to where I've been camping pretty much. Really not far at all. So it's handy having, I mean, I knew there were blackberries down here, but I didn't realise there was some quite pretty much right next to where I've been camping once you get out onto the dirt track. So that's handy to know. I've got a food source here. There's a running river about half a mile from here as well, so I've got fresh water too if I wanted. Just gonna pick some of these blackberries now. Nice little food source to have next to my campsite. Oops. Loads of them, quite early as well. Got all those. Wish I had a bigger container with me, but this is the only plastic container with a lid on I've got. I can put them in. Oh well. Always come up here again for a bike ride or something later on or in the week. Now I always keep my rubbish bag tied to the outside of my pannier, so that if I find any rubbish on the ground like this, and I've already picked up another couple of tins as well as I've been going along, some Red Bull tins, I can put them in there and take home and put in the recycle bin. I think Mr. Cricket wants to ride home with me. Well, that's me done, so thanks for watching everyone, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.